Hi, everyone. Sorry, I was literally looking at my leg and I'm just like, welcome to my channel. If you are new, please make sure you subscribe so you never miss a video from me. As I do draw multiple times a week, I am the Demigodest. I do all kind of things on this channel. I promote positivity on here, primarily look at my Demi Talks, that playlist, also look on my shorts, and then I do reality TV reviews, I do music reviews, movie reviews, and TV show reviews, and then I talk about celebrity news, hot topics. So look at those playlists because I have everything organized for you guys to quickly look at that. And last but not least, I do tarot readings. So look at the collective readings, and sometimes I put them in the shorts as well. So you have a plethora of different things to look at on this channel. I am going to talk about the Handmaid's Tales. This is a series that I think people should watch and I think they should pay attention to. I do want to put out full disclosure and a disclaimer out here. It does have sexual violence in it. It does show human rights issues in this, abuse in the series, and if you don't have a strong stomach for things, it will upset you and it will hurt you. It also has political abuse, and corruption and government and things like that in the series. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna pull it up on its IDMB. Handmaid's Tale. Okay, so it started airing in 2017. Let me go ahead and share. Oh, the mouse is bunk. Gotta use the computer mouse because this is just a mess. Here we go. Okay, alrighty. Now I watched it on Hulu. I do have a Hulu description. Not description, subscription. My mouse is doing some weird things. Bear with me. I'm sorry. All right. I am going to start this over so you guys can see. It looks like it's going to be showing glimpses of the previous seasons.
He was a monster. The founding father of Gilead. He took away our country. He had to pay for what he did. I killed him, and I loved it so much.
June tore him apart.
I need her to know it was me.
June, do you want her to come after us?
There's no way that she could have gotten to Fred on her own.
Serena doesn't know what happened. Doesn't matter what she knows. It matters what she believes.
Serena has the whole world behind her. She is bringing it here. Gilead.
My job is to protect you.
Don't you dare tell me you can protect me from her!
Scared can be very dangerous.
She will always be dangerous.
I think you scared Gilead as well. The handmaid killing her commander. I don't think they'll be able to let that stand.
June Osborne is a cancer. We have to cut her out.
There are consequences for disobeying God.
Gilead wants to see you suffer. Just keep yourself safe. Everything we want to know about Hannah, it's right there.
They're not going to be looking for somebody going back into Gilead.
I'm going.
I'm going with you.
If you're not careful, she will pull you down with her.
I pray for our children. May they live a life without all of this hate. Dear God, may they do better than we did.
I do do have to correct myself. I did say that I thought this will be this preview that I showed with you guys. This was glimpses from the previous season. So this is actually their season 5. They do have another season coming. I don't know when it's due to come back. And I haven't 100% finished it, but I'm almost done with season 5. I will say, because of um so much that goes on in the Handmaid's Tales, this really takes a mental and emotional toll on you, especially if you're a woman, especially if you're an activist, especially if you're a feminist. This definitely takes a toll on you. Okay. It's categorized as a drama, sci-fi, and thriller. So I do, I said my disclaimer, you guys watch at your own discretion, but I think you guys should watch it because there are certain things that is happening right now in America that I literally could see like the Handmaid Tales happening here in the United States, just based on when Donald Trump was in office and how he packed the Supreme Court, and how he nominated certain people in political positions and things like that. And that is kind of how they were able to flip and overturn America. So Handmaid Tales is based off of America, and America ends up getting overthrown and overturned and being controlled by these forefathers, and they use the Bible as a way of their principle and way of life and things like that. Oh, and I forgot to mention too, they do torture people of the LGBTQ community. It's going back to killing people and harming people and things like that. And taking advantage, there is SA in this series as well. It's very hard to watch, especially if you're a victim or someone has been a victim. It's very hard to watch, but it's very informative, and there are just certain things that are happening. You really got to pay attention to how things are going on here. America right now with politics, they're talking about closing the border. I know when Trump was in office, he closed the border. He was being saying hurtful and derogatory things towards people of color, saying things that wasn't necessarily factual to a certain degree. um and just really not really kind of tainting what the role of a president is, and the class is like the classiness and professionalism of being the president and the leader of the free world should maintain at all times. Rather they're really like that or not, that's a whole different story. But that happened when he was in office. And watch the series and then pay attention to what you see on here. Even from like the news, there's parts in these seasons where they talk about the takedown of America and how they turned it into Gilead. Is they were dropping breadcrumbs on the takeover. They end up assassinating the current, how we have a Democratic Republican Party, things like that. They end up assassinating the president of the time and their whole cabinet and things like that. And they took over. If you weren't a part of the Gilead crew, you were going to get assassinated. This was planned for months and years, and you could just tell they strategically placed themselves in position of power. So when it was time for them to execute, they were able to execute and basically take over America and not make it the free world anymore. Even though I beg to differ that it really is a free world, but each is his own. So here's the storyline. A religion based autocracy has been taking over most of the United States, renaming the country Gilead. In this country, women are second class citizens. Anyone trying to escape is punished. One such person is June, who was captured while trying to escape with her husband and her child, is sentenced to be a handmaid, bearing children for childless government officials. As a handmaid, June is renamed Offred. This is her story. Okay. And it even talks about, here's some key words: rape, dystoria, slavery, torture, violence. These are just some basic words. Um, But yeah, you guys should watch this because I'm like, oh my God, like, are they like trying to set this up? And I've been feeling, just tapping into my spirituality and things like that. I really been feeling like I really need to get dual citizenship. I need to stop talking about it. I really need to get dual citizenship because I really feel like something is going to pop off here, especially with this election going on this year. I really feel like something political is going to pop off. Yeah, so let's look at some of the reviews. Where are the reviews? Okay. They have 1.3K reviews. Somebody gave it an 8 out of 10. Probably time for it to end. The Handmaid's Tales is a lot better than I expected it to be. It has an 8.4 rating for a reason. As good as the show is, there are a few problems with it. The biggest problem, which is it has gone on for too long. It probably should have ended at season 2. uh 2 ago, or glad they're finally ended in next season. Hopefully it will have a decent ending. Also, even though the story is very interesting, it can be pretty slow at times. There are filler episodes that doesn't move the story forward at all. And the last negative is there are far too many ups for Elizabeth Moss face. It feels like there's 10 to 15 per episode, and it actually starts to be distracting. Having said all that, I really enjoy the show. I usually wait until all the episodes are released and then binge watch the entire season over a weekend. So, someone said, rated it an 8 out of 10. It's a tough watch. The Handmaid's Tale is one of the most infuriating, depressing, and most difficult watch shows I've ever seen. Definitely agree with this reviewer. That's why I gave you guys this disclaimer if you're going to watch this. The Handmaid Tales, you keep waiting for things to turn into June's favor of all the terrible people in the show to get what they have coming to them, but it just never happens. It just keeps getting more and more depression and hopeless. There are little victorious along the way, but it takes into the end of season 4 before you finally get to see some satisfaction. Having said all that, it still is an incredible show that is so well acted and written that it is always nominated for all the major awards. June is a character that changes so much throughout the show. She almost unlikable at the season of 3 and 4 arrive, and that is definitely true because from when she starts in season 1 to now I'm on season 5, I'm like, I don't know if I like her character, but I definitely understand her character because of all the trauma and pain and hurt and violence and abuse she has endured. Who would still stay the same person? You could be the nicest person, you could be the most angelic person in the world, but if you went through the things that she went through and the torture she went through, like, you literally have to be an angel sent from God to be able to like not, and I don't even know if an angel sent from God from heaven would be able to still stay pure at the end of the day, just based off of the craziness that happens in this series. It's probably time for the show to come to an end as soon. And I hope it has a satisfying ending. So 6 out of 10, time to wrap it up. Drifted from greatness to cheesiness. Another show that doesn't know when to end. Too many close-ups. Elizabeth's face. Yeah, her face is it is a little what I mean by that, like I'm not talking about how she looks. It's just like she gives this Joker vibe. I don't know if you guys seen the Joker, but like the little smiley and then the like, it's very intense. Um, this godly society has no redeeming upside. How a totalitarian regime is born. I am done by now. The show is getting worse and worse. I don't agree that the show is getting worse and worse. I'm actually excited to see what they're going to do with the final season that will be coming. But I really wish it would really go out with a bang, like June and all the women that have been abused and men and families have been abused, and I hope they get some kind of like major payback and they're able to overthrow Gilead, or at least Gilead just becomes a very small portion. All the actors, the acting here is a 10 out of 10. I think everyone does their part. They play their role. They either make you fall in love with the character or hate their character. Production is really good. 10 out of 10. I'm just going to give 10 out of 10 on everything. I like this series. I am going to give it a 9 out of 10. I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10. The reason for the 9 out of 10 is I would like to see more of revenge for June, but I just don't like how her character evolved to like this psychotic character at the end of the day. But this is just, and you do get to learn a lot about, mental health and how trauma impacts people individually, and how people develop Stockholm syndrome, because she definitely has Stockholm syndrome in here, but she also has moments where she's a villain. She also has moments where she becomes a hero. So, and she does have moments where she plays the political field. So, this is definitely something worth watching. You could learn from something. This is something, if I was a psychology teacher, I would definitely have my students watch and we could unpack it, because there's so many different things, so many mental health diagnoses you could talk about in here. So many different things involving mental health. Also, too, this would be good for professors that is in political science as well. Just the whole political coup in here and how they were able to overthrow America and things like that. So really interesting. Watch it. I recommend it. Their IMDb is an 8.4 out of 10. I give them a 9 out of 10. So yeah, I hope you guys like this review. And I will see you guys next time. And I love you. Make sure you look at all the other content. Make sure you share, comment, like, and subscribe. Communicate with me. I love communicating with you guys in the comments. So let me know how you guys are feeling. If you're watching it, if you didn't watch it, how do you feel? Again, I did watch up to season 5. I'm on the last couple episodes, so I am able to talk about from season 1 to season 5. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. And I love you and thank you guys for supporting me.